Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. We recently went on a Royal Caribbean 5-day cruise to Mexico, and in this video I'm sharing our honest experience, the good, the bad, and whether I think this trip was worth our money. I'll talk about the ship, food, ports in Mexico, entertainment, and how much everything really cost. So if you're planning a Mexico cruise or just curious about cruising, this video will really help you. Stay till the end for a final verdict if this cruise is worth your time and money. Let's talk about first impressions and boarding experience first. Our cruise started from Orlando, Florida, and the cruise terminal is at Port Canaveral, which is about an hour or so away from the airport. You can get there by using the Royal Caribbean Airport shuttle service for a fee or an Uber, which is what we did, and it costed us around 100 US dollars. We had to pre-select our boarding time window on the Royal Caribbean app. The boarding closes usually by 3 p.m., so we selected a safe window of 1:30 to 2 p.m. The embarkation process itself was smooth. We only had to show our boarding passes and passports, and the lineup was not too bad at all. The entire process took less than 5 minutes, and once we stepped on board, the ship felt really exciting and busy due to festive season. The overall vibe felt very vacation ready. Now let's talk about the cabin. We chose the interior cabin type without any balcony or window as it was discounted when we made the purchase and available at a very economical price. The space was comfortable and was perfect for a couple. The room itself was clean, well maintained, and had enough storage for our luggage. One thing we really liked was the virtual window, which was basically a huge screen with a camera view of the ocean. Overall, for a cruise cabin, I'd give it a solid 5 out of 5. Food is a huge part of any cruise, especially if you're foodies like us and like to try different varieties. The buffet had a wide array of options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Some days the food was really good, and other days it was just okay. They had themed dinners based on different cuisines such as American, Italian, Caribbean, Indian, Mexican, and French. The buffet was informal and unlimited. The main dining room experience, on the other hand, was more formal. The service was great and the presentation felt more elevated. For late night cravings or evening snacks, the Cafe Promenade was a popular spot. There were also specialty restaurants for Asian and Italian cuisines, as well as a steakhouse. As for drinks, we did not purchase the drinks package as we thought that we wouldn't be doing any justice, and honestly, we didn't miss out on anything. We had some cocktails at the ports, which turned out to be much more economical. The Mexico ports were at Cozumel and Costa Maya, which were honestly the highlights of this cruise. At each port, we didn't book any excursions with the cruise and explored on our own. Cozumel was walkable and there was lots to explore on the way as well as at the downtown. It was a relaxed day where we explored at our own pace. Costa Maya, on the other hand, was not as walkable and we had to take a taxi which costed us 5 US dollars per person to the main village area. Both the ports felt very safe and touristy. There was plenty to do, from beach days to shopping to local food. Our favorite port was definitely Cozumel due to the delicious local food and friendly locals. One thing to keep in mind is that the port at Costa Maya can feel a little rushed as you need to get back to the ship by 1 p.m. So definitely plan to start early and return on time. Also, remember to carry some cash in USD as some vendors do not accept credit cards. When it comes to entertainment, there was always something happening on the ship. Be it the production shows such as Invitation to Dance, which was a musical that showcased several dance forms that included live singing and dancing. There was also a magic show, stand-up comedy shows, and an ice skating dance show that was simply spectacular and definitely a must-watch. The sea days were filled with activities like pool time, games such as chess, ping pong, pickleball, mini golf, arcade, casino, and many more. There was also surfing on board, which was a popular activity for both beginners and experienced riders. There was trivia, spa, wellness center and gym, and live music in the evenings. These entertainment options kept us engaged and there was never a moment to get bored. At night, the ship felt both lively and relaxed, so whether you wanted to party or just chill, there were options for both. The base cruise fare was around 400 US dollars per person. One thing to note is that Royal Caribbean adds a default gratuity of $18 per person per stateroom. So if you are a couple traveling, this would add up to an additional $180 for 5 nights. Also, if you purchase the drinks package, excursions, Wi-Fi, and extras, the total can significantly increase. But if you decide to not make any extra purchases, then it's possible to keep the expenses under $1,000. That being said, considering that this cruise included accommodations, food, entertainment, and visits to multiple destinations, I do think it offered a great value for the price. So, was cruising on the Royal Caribbean Explorer of the Seas worth it? For us, I'd say yes, and we would definitely do it again. It was a great mix of relaxation, fun, and exploring new places without the stress of planning everything ourselves. Food was good, but not great. It could have been better on some days. We'd rate it 4 ships. For comfort, we would rate this at 5 ships as the room was comfortable and also the common areas on the ship. Ports would be 4 ships. Both locations were great to explore. However, the stop at Costa Maya was short and felt rushed. Things to do and entertainment would be a solid 5 ships as there were a multitude of things to do and explore on the ship. For customer service, we would give them 5 ships as the staff was very friendly, courteous, respectful, and helpful. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Do check out our vlog on our recent 5-day cruise experience. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video.